This video will discuss some of the new features that have been added to VisualAnalysis version 24. Let's get started. VisualAnalysis 24 expands design code support for concrete, steel, and wood. For concrete design, ACI 318.25 and CSA 823.3.24 are now supported. For steel design, CSA S16.24 is now supported. For wood design, VisualAnalysis 24 supports the NDS 2024, including the updated NDS supplement. These updates align VisualAnalysis with the latest North American design standards. Several enhancements have been made to the command line based directly on customer requests. VisualAnalysis now supports pasting multiple lines into the command line. Each line is processed sequentially from top to bottom. This simplifies running longer command sequences, testing scripts, or reusing command sets without re-entering them individually. Let's demonstrate this with the 4 new script commands that have been added to define semi-rigid member connections. These commands are semi-rigid none, semi-rigid constant, semi-rigid bilinear, and semi-rigid power. If these commands are in a text file, they can simply be copied and pasted directly into the command line. After pressing enter, the program executes them in order, and the semi-rigid connection properties update immediately for the specified member. Per a customer request, the area load direction command has been added to modify the direction of area loads. Simply specify the surface case, area, and the desired load direction to update the load orientation. Finally, with respect to design, several new script commands have also been added. Now you can create and remove design groups, group and ungroup members, as well as create and remove design meshes, and mesh and unmesh plates. For more information on these new commands, see the upgrade guide in the help file, which includes direct links to each command in the command reference. The Steel Tube Institute shape database has been expanded to include additional larger steel tube shapes that were not available in previous versions. Section properties have also been updated to reflect the latest published data. For certain systems, ACI 318.19 and ACI 318.25 permit the size effect factor to be neglected. VisualAnalysis 24 introduces a neglect size effect factor parameter for plate elements to support this provision. Under ACI 318.19, this sets the size effect factor lambda s equal to 1 per the design specification. Under ACI 318.25, this sets the shear capacity equal to 2 times square root of f prime c times the depth, reflecting the revised language in the design specification. VisualAnalysis 24 adds an override gamma parameter for ACI 350.20 and ACI 350.06 design specifications. This allows you to manually specify the gamma factor, defined as the ratio of factor loads to unfactored loads. The gamma factor is used in the calculation of the environmental durability factor SD. When a gamma value is specified, service load cases no longer need to be included in the analysis to obtain design checks for the environmental concrete provisions. In VisualAnalysis 24, concrete columns can be designed with a reduced minimum amount of longitudinal reinforcement. ACI 318 permits the minimum longitudinal reinforcement ratio to be reduced from 1% to 0.5% when the column cross-section is larger than required for strength. To support this provision, an area reduction factor parameter has been added. Setting the area reduction factor to a value less than 1 causes VisualAnalysis to design the column using a smaller effective cross-section. Note, the area reduction factor is available only for ACI design specifications. The CSA design specification also permits a reduction in the minimum longitudinal reinforcement, but it applies the provision differently, which VisualAnalysis accounts for automatically. For additional details, see the concrete column design page in the help file. VisualAnalysis 24 adds the ability to display member deflection ratios, shown as L over delta, directly on members in the design view. This provides a clear interpretation of deflection results without manually computing ratios. A new preference has also been added to control the default deflection limit type used during design. When enabled, deflection checks are automatically applied in new projects. This enhancement was added in response to customer feedback. Cold form steel design behavior related to weak axis bracing and lateral torsional buckling has been refined. These updates provide more accurate bracing recognition and better alignment with expected CFS behavior. Now let's look at the reporting improvements in VA24. Concrete beam flexural check output has been enhanced to clearly indicate when multiple rows of reinforcement are required. This added detail makes it easier to interpret the design results. The area side table now includes a column that identifies the areas associated with each side. If a side direction is reversed from the area vertex order, it is clearly flagged with a REV in parentheses. A new area soil spring result table has also been added. This table reports force, displacement, stiffness, and other spring data for soil springs generated from areas. Also, the spring support result table now includes a stiffness column, allowing you to view spring stiffness alongside other spring results. Finally, for convenience, a Clear Tables button has been added to the report view to quickly clear the report if you want to start over. In addition to the features highlighted here, VisualAnalysis 24 includes other minor enhancements, fixes, and updates to the help file, which can be accessed by clicking the button in the ribbon. We hope these improvements increase your productivity in visual analysis. Thanks for watching and have a great day.